Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I'm DiDi and thank you for joining me for today's Flosstube. If I'm correct, it's gonna be Flosstube number 9. I don't have my notes close to me at the moment. It's around 9-ish, I believe. And this week, no rant, I'm sorry for last week's, but or 2 weeks ago, you know what I mean, last Flosstubes. No, it's been much quieter. I'm more zen. I got the official pass to proceed to my next year in becoming a GP. So yeah, that's good. That's good. Furthermore, I have got some good coffee. It is cold. It is gray. That's the only way to describe the weather outside. It's the wet kind of cold, you know, the one that gets all the way into your body and you're like, ugh. So I've got my blankie. I know, I've got a blankie. Yeah. So that's it. What more to say? Well, welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you're returning. Like I said, I'm DiDi, and this channel is all about cross stitch and occasional rant and some live updates, but mostly cross stitch. And I must warn you, I do have a bit of a buying bargain habit. Luckily, most of it didn't come in yet. So I mainly have I have a tiny bit of haul at the moment. Mostly it's gifts, so it doesn't really count. But I'm getting all prepped for Stitch from Stash 2022. So I'm really saving up my finishes for next year. Or yeah, next year, so I'll get credit, and then the credit I'll get to spend at the end of the 6 months. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes, but I've got so many things kitted up, ready to go, that I should be fine. Yeah. All right. Let's get started, because my stitchy bug came back. So it came back, and I started with a stitch from a, let's do it like this, magazine. This was in the Cross Stitcher edition. Have a very Merry Christmas. It's Deck the Halls. It's designed by Emma Langdon, and it is, let me check, last year's November issue, and I finished it in 2 days. So it was a quick stitch, very bright colors, not the colors I usually stitch with, but it's cute and it's a quick stitch and I enjoyed it. So it went back into my kitted up patterns list, because there are 2 more, and I want to do them all because I've kitted them up, and I stitched it on a very simple white Ada, which I got from AliExpress. I try not to buy as much from AliExpress as I used to, but Ada, just the plain white Ada, guys, this piece of 50 by 50, it's a nice piece. I believe it cost me €1. So yeah, you can't really beat that. But yeah, so that was my first start and finish, and I had originally planned 4 days for this, and when I have a finish, that goes to the side, there we go, when I have a finish I am allowed to swap the days remaining for something I want to stitch, and I decided I wanted to stitch this year's stitch along, free stitch along from the Historische Stickmuster, which I have in my Silk app, but I've got a completed picture here, so let me get this done. Oh, and I really hope, no, all right, I'll try to upload it in here somewhere, and if I didn't, I'm sorry, sometimes my brain goes Whee! And especially today, because today is qualification day for the final of Formula 1. Of course, I'm supporting Max Verstappen. I'm Dutch. I'm wearing my orange shirt. I'm gonna be supporting Max Verstappen, and today is qualification day. So yeah. But this is my very first project on a 36 count stitched with silks. The called for silks. And this is just one day of stitching. So yeah, I didn't really center it good. I centered it like this. So I'm gonna have, because this is the edge, it's gonna go over here. So I'll have a piece of linen left there, and I'm gonna have some left there, because this is the entire quarter. So this is the first quarter. And I enjoyed stitching on 36 count. So I'm pretty proud of stitching on 36 count for the first time. And yeah, you need to be proud of something, right? So I'm proud of stitching on 36 count for the very first time, and I enjoy stitching on it. So I'll get that back in the envelope it came in. They actually gave me this little plasticky envelope, which is good. So yeah, that was my swapping. Then I worked on, I skipped a day of stitching, I'm sorry. Yeah, I skipped a day. I only skipped 2 days, so it isn't too bad. But I was working on the blue samplers from the Cross Stitcher edition September 2020. So it's in a magazine, and I finished this one. So my first finish for December, this was the other one, and it's on a very pale green 14 count Aida. It's also, I think it took me 3 days to stitch. So good. And I really was working my butt off to get it finished, because I didn't want to take this to my parents' place for Sinterklaas, which you'll see the haul somewhere. And then I somehow fell into stitching something I wasn't supposed to stitch. Well, I skipped it first, and then I needed to do something else, and I didn't want to. But I picked up Gus, and Gus is my hot chocolate mouse. I'm sorry for the glare, but my hot chocolate mouse. And I'm getting so close to a finish. So this is the bottom part. There are some marshmallows over there, and he's looking so cute. So yeah, I did quite a lot, because I finished all the mug. So all the reds you see I finished, and some of the white down there. So yeah, this will be finished next year. But I love stitching this. This is a light beige, light brownish 14 count Aida, and I love how this fabric feels for an Aida and a kit. Yeah, that's good. Alrighty, then I got to work on my other kit I love working on, who is too cute. It is my lovely fox. I haven't found a name for him yet, so if you've got a good name for my lovely cutie fox, there you go. And I was pretty tired the day I stitched on it, so I didn't do a lot, but I finished up his ear. So I finished up the ear, so officially I only need to work down. And this is also on a 14 count Aida I got from Stash somewhere. I believe it was also someone's stash unloading on which I picked that up. Not on a website, just the Dutch site. Coffee break. Yeah. Coffee is good. Coffee is really good. Each time I see a pattern that has coffee or is coffee related, I have to have it. I simply have to. I haven't stitched any of them, but I need to have the pattern. Yeah. Oh, and then I picked up last year's Histostick Moesters free stitch along, and this is on a mystery, I believe it's cheese linen, so the Dutch cheese linen. There we are. Yes, I need to hide my face. I need to hide it, but it is so pretty. It is so pretty. So let's go over here because that's what we've been working on. I finished all of my little stars down here. So this is the absolute lower right corner, this star, and I'm afraid I'm gonna run out of this color. 3852. I have no idea which count it is. I just started it and I thought it would be 28 counts. I think it's a bit bigger, but I'm stitching it 2/2 and I do love the coverage. So yeah, I'm officially 47% done. So it would be great if I would have this finished next year. Once you finish all the stars and the swirlies, it's actually just fill in, and I know some people hate fill in. I just go to town stitching, no need to think. But I stitched on it for 2 days and I think I got a good around 500 stitches in, so I'm happy with that for 2 days while working. Yeah. And then the last project I worked on this week, it is my my Santa's village, and I am gonna try again whether or not you can see it. Oh, no wonder. If is it gonna show? Yes, it's gonna show. So it is teeny tiny, but this is the original picture. It's a advent calendar, last year's advent calendar by DiDi, which is a needlework store in the Netherlands. And since I didn't show it before, this is the official picture for no the other one. It's hard to see. It says Merry Christmas and it goes around and there's lots of stars. That's the other one. And this is a beast. It is a beast. It's over 300 stitches wide, if I'm correct, something like that. Let's see, I need to peek. No, it's 269 by almost 200, and somehow it's a lot of stitching, and I don't know if I like the bottom part with all the elves, but I love the top part, and I made some good progress this week. Just 1 day of stitching, I got almost 300 stitches in, and you can't hardly see it, but I did the border. So I've crossed the edge down there, and I did some of this snow. But yeah, let's flip it that way. I think this is gorgeous, gorgeous. And I'm not kidding myself, I'm not going to be able to finish this next year because it's with over-dyed flosses. I'm just not a quick over-dyed floss stitcher because you need to stitch every single cross by itself, and I usually do the entire line and then go back, which goes much faster for me. And this is on a 32 count linen. It is why I got no idea what color it is. So yeah, that's what I worked on. And all the Christmassy colors are there. Yes, it's a mess. I know. I know. And it's living in my very favorite Books Art Liberty sleeve, the Christmas Weasley sweater one. Yes. There's a theme here. It's called Harry Potter. I'm a huge fan. Next year is going to be awesome because there will be a 20-year reunion at Hogwarts special. There's going to be the new movie for Fantastic Beasts, and there's going to be a game release, Hogwarts Legacy, I believe, and it's an open world game where you go to Hogwarts years before Harry Potter, but you're a student and you can do just about whatever you want there. It also means I need to buy a PlayStation. Just a tiny thing, but yeah, I've got my sister all hooked. She's as obsessed with the game as I am. So yeah, it's been a team, because when we do Sinterklaas, we write rhymes for each other. Harry Potter was mentioned quite a lot of times, for my sister, for myself. So yeah, love it, love it, love it. And this one I just want to hug. I just want to hug it. It's just a very soft fabric and it's huggable. I need to hug something. Nobody's hugging me, so yeah. So let's go into haul. And I've got a little box here filled with everything. So the first thing I picked up on a stash unload is this autumn pattern. It's a Dewdrop Jeanette Crew Designs pattern, and I just thought she was gorgeous. No plans on stitching her yet, but this pattern was so cheap and it's severely out of print, I believe. Let's see when this was done. There's no year on it. I believe 2000s, something like that. And yeah, she's just gorgeous. And I'm not really big into Miras or all those lovely ladies, but I do love these designs. Oh, this was August 2000. It's on the back. They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. So I picked this up for cheap. Then my order from Barbarol Creations came in. I got her Winter Garden thread pack. And oh, I really hope you didn't hear my stomach rumbling. I got her thread pack in the cottons. She gave me a gift, which is one of the colors that's in the thread pack. So the thread pack. First we have Frozen Crocus, which is a purple going to a green, which I like. It looks blue, but it is a very pale lilac. Then I've got this one, which is Winter Green, which is the spruce tree green to, it's showing a blue as well, but it's green. Do we have something white? I don't have anything white. You should say my face is white enough, but no, it's green. Guys, you've got to trust me. It's green. It goes from a springy green to the spruce tree green. Lovely variegation in that. We had frozen crocus done. Then we've got silver snow. And this one goes from a gray to a white. And that one I've got an extra because it was the gift. Then I got copper tan, which is tan to rose pink. So very light pink and also lovely variegation in that one. No idea what I'm going to use it for. And then the one I was very excited about because I thought it was going to be bright blue. It isn't, but I still love the color. It is called Night, which is blue to green. And it is more green than blue. And I wanted to use it for a pattern that calls for the Delft's blue. Delft's Blauw. There can't be any green in that, so still looking for a good green. But yeah, so I've got those. Let's put them back in the baggie to keep them all together, to keep it organized, you know. Organization, not my best, not one of my virtues, no. Need to drink the coffee before it's cold. Then I got in this lovely piece of beige desert on a 36 count linen. So yeah, it is lovely beige, neutral. Loved it. I believe it's a fat quarter, and it is more beigey than green. But with the weather today, I'm not kidding myself about thinking I'll get the proper color over to you. But trust me, lovely color. And the next one's also a consult, because I got another piece of fabric for my Winter Quakers by Rosewood Manor. It is a 28 count Skyfall, and I think it might be too dark. It is a lovely blue to green, and it's actually showing up quite accurately in screen. Lovely fabric. And so these lighter splotches are greenish, and the code for fabric for Winter Quaker is Dwarf by Picture This Plus, which is almost impossible to get in Netherlands. But this is my Christmas, sorry, Sinterklaas present. So my parents got me the floss pack for Winter Quakers. I literally sent them my wish list from Casa Senina, which is my favorite online cross-stitch store in Italy. Love these colors. They look kind of muted, but it's much brighter in real life, and I think it's gonna work. The only one I'm worried about is this one, but I think it's gonna work. So that's gonna be for Winter Quakers. You've all seen it, you all love it. I love it as well, but these Valdani flosses are extremely expensive. So I asked for them for Sinterklaas. I got them, which is cute, which is awesome. And literally my entire wish list or list was cross-stitch items. And I thought, well, I'll just put a lot of patterns on there, and I'll see what she'll pick, because I'll love every single one of them. And then my mom kind of surprised me. So we're gonna go into my other presents. She picked up, she went Etsy searching for me. I got, and I literally thought about it the day, this pattern, I thought about it the day I got it, which is so awesome. It's Visit Hogsmeade. It's a full coverage from countrymagicstitch.com, and my mom actually searched for it, found it, and printed it in color. And I wanted to start it right away. I didn't have all the flosses, and I definitely didn't have the fabric I wanted to stitch it on. It was going to be a white 14 count Aida, and I wasn't going to do it. So I placed my last order for the year from Casa Nina to get also the flosses for All Aboard the Hogwarts Express. And I'm gonna stitch it on a antique ivory 32 count linen. And there's a third one in the series. That's gonna go on my wish list, but I've got enough fabric to stitch all 3 of them. So it's gonna be all in the same fabric. And the moment those flosses come in, I'm most likely I will be starting this one, because I love this one. This one I adore. So yeah, good job, mommy. Because then she picked up this one. There are 3 butterflies with black work by Rosewood Manor. Love Rosewood Manor. There are a series of 3 butterflies. I do have the other 2, and she remembered, and she picked the last one I didn't have, and it came all kitted up. The only thing, it is done with Venus threads. I've never stitched with them. It is on the called for fabric, so the other ones also have a called for fabric for, but I'm gonna stitch those with Anchor Black and DMC. But it's so gorgeous. So I've got all 3 now, and they're in my wheel to start, but I haven't spun it. Well, I did spun the wheel, but it didn't come up to start. Now, same for the Winter Quaker. So maybe next year I'm just gonna start on the 1st of each month. I'm just gonna start whatever I want. I am currently at 14 whips. And I do get to most of them. There's one I hardly ever pick up, but I get to most of them. So I did get awesome presents. I got Harry Potter socks from my brother-in-law. I got those patterns. I also got water drops advent calendar. Water drops are teeny tiny drops you drop in a bottle of water, and your water tastes like fruit, and there's hardly any calories in it, and I'm not a good water drinker. And then I found out they also have teas, and those are, they've got a peppermint one, mellow peppermint, or mellow mint it's originally called. And you know, when you got the candies, a peppermint candy, and it gets all cold in your throat, it's that good. You get the same feeling, the peppermint feeling in your throat, and I love it, and it smells amazing. So when you brew it, you just pop in a teeny tiny drop, and you put your nose in there, and oh, love it, love it, love it, love it. And I need to place an order soon, because my grandma also uses those drops, and I got her 60 drops, so 5 flavors, and she, like 2 months ago, and you need to drop them in half a liter of water. So my grandma has been drinking lots of water. which my grandma is 90. Most of those, the old ladies, they don't drink enough. It's insane. But I'm very happy that my grandma's drinking. So yeah, that was the haul. I think I've been looking at the patterns my mom gave me for so long, and she was like, if I'd known. But somehow she knew. So let's get into plans. I'll need to get my planner, the trusty planner. It's almost 2022. Let's see. Oh yeah. So I'll be starting with, it's in this lovely Sustrene bag. It's a Danish design store, and it's originally for your toiletries. But it's a lovely bag and it's ideal for smaller patterns. I'll be working on this the entire weekend. It's one color, it is on an 18 count Aida, and I'm gonna make some good progress on this. Love it. Then I'll have to work on a project I don't want to finish this month, just for one day. This is Christmas Owls by Madame Chantilly. Loving it. I'm stitching it on a 28 count platinum, and I'm almost done. But I'm not gonna finish this in one day. And if it's spun for the last 2 weeks of the year, I'm not gonna stitch it, because it's a beast, it's lots of credit, and I'm gonna want that credit for next year. Well, it's not a beast, it's a nice project and it stitches up so easily. So yeah, one day I'll inch closer and then I'll just go bam. Yes, bam. And this is in another Books Art Liberty sleeve. This is When in Doubt, go to the library. I love her sleeves. I've got multiple of them. You'll see more of them. So yeah, then I'll have a Stitchonomy week. The first one is supposed to be in this Lady Whistledown sleeve, also by Books Art Liberty, but I've had it lying around. This is on a 16 count Aqua Riviera by Perman, and I'm almost done now. Well, I believe this is 3/4, so I won't be able to finish it in one day. And yes, there are bobbin pins there, so there's gonna be lots of leftover fabric for this one once I'm done. And let's get it into the sleeve to get everything together, to keep everything together. And those colors are amazing. I love all the blues in this one. So once I'm done, I'm gonna get all these ones back into my floss stash. So I might end up with loads of half bobbins of stuff. I don't mind. They're great for smaller patterns. There we go. And I love them because you can close them, so it kind of stays together. They're open, but it stays together. Alrighty, then I'll be continuing with Stitchonomy, and I'll be stitching the Halloween stitch along, this year's Halloween stitch along, and it's on a, I believe, 18 count Yes, 18 count Ada in the colorway Rustico. I love the color, so I bought a whole lot of it. My goal is to finish this one and start on this one. Yeah, it is a cute project, and I'm stitching this 2/1. Because I didn't like the coverage of 1/1 with the black, and then I just continued with it. But look, it is pretty. It's just a whole lot of fabric. But I'm still not ready to cut it. And this is just in a office sleeve. So yeah. And the fabric does fit in here, if I'm correct. So let's get that one in there as well, to get everything more organized, not having all my fabric flying around. Then this, I need to work on a project and I just don't want to pick it up. It's also by DiDi. It was her 10-year anniversary this year, and it's on a 32 count light mocha, piece by 60 by 70, and it's a sampler. And this is how far I've gotten. It does look good. Love the border. It might not have been the best idea to start with a huge one like this for my first sampler. Maybe. But it was pretty, and the pattern was 10 euros and it went to a good cause, and yeah, you know how it goes. Sometimes you just buy stuff and you think like, why did I do it? I bought the floss pack and the fabric from the same store, so I was just supporting my local needlework store. Let's get it in there, and let's get those there as well. Oh, and my little notes. The pattern was 10 euros, but the proceeds of the pattern went to a good cause, and it's living in my Dobby the House Elf bag, also by Books Art Liberty. Like I said, Harry Potter fan. Alrighty, then I'll need to work on my Home for Christmas sale for 2 days. And this is also one I don't want to finish this year. So I might not completely do it because I only need to finish this house and then the wording down there. And I need to work on it on a Saturday as well. This is on a 15 count Ada in the colorway Renaissance by Heart Stitch Design. And I'm getting real close to a finish. And it's blues and pinks. It's very lightly muddled. And this was before I did floss tosses. But it's also pretty big. It has back stitching and beading and French knots and whatever. So I'm gonna get huge credit for this. So this is not gonna be finished this year. Yes, I'm crazy, but I'm not gonna do it. I've been working on it for so long because this is my oldest whip. So I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna finish it. Simply because the credit, guys. But this is also living in a simple zipper sleeve. It's great for A4 paper. It just fits in there. So the entire pattern is in there. Then I need to work on my Santa's Workshop again. You saw that already. It was the one with the houses. I need to work on it for 2 days. So my goal is to finish all of the snow in 2 days. Yeah, I'm not setting huge goals, I know. I'll need to work on like my tulips kit, sorry, Velcro. And this is the one I've been struggling with a lot, but it's on a Wednesday, so most likely I won't get many stitches in either way because it's a Wednesday. But I'll set a goal to just do one length of thread at least, and I'm gonna fill in some colors somewhere there. So I've got one corner, and this is on a 20 count Ada, I believe. So it looks like a blob and strange, but I just decided I wanted to get lots of stitching done. Yeah, something like that. And this floss isn't just it isn't the easiest to change colors with. It's easy to go longer periods with the same color, but switching not so much. Alrighty, we're almost at the end of plans. This is a tablet sleeve from Zuster Grene, and I'm most likely butchering that name, but it is my dandelion mouse. It's cute. I'm not making much progress on it. Also a 20 count Ada. I don't like stitching 20 count Ada, and I'm stitching it 2 over 1. Most likely that's the problem. But yeah, I'll just continue filling in stuff. I've got the dandelion done. There's a whole lot of back stitching to do, but yeah, it's a small one, and this one won't be finished at all. So I'm not planning, well, I'm not gonna have any finishes, even though if I could manage, I'm not gonna do it. When there's one of these projects that somehow I get too close to a finish, I'm gonna work on my new start, which is being called For My Last Day, and it's gonna live in here. It is another Books Art Liberty sleeve. It is the glass throne version, so these are the characters from the book series The Glass Throne by Sarah J. Maas. Love the series, still haven't finished it. My new start, and I'm so happy I'll get to start it. It's one of the patterns I kitted up. Well, I got the fabric for when I went to the Handwerk boutique. It's gonna be Autumn Woodlands, Garden Labyrinth. It's a Caroline Manning designs, and as you know, her designs are huge. This design is gonna be, let's see, 222 by 222. Yes. It was supposed to be stitched on Country French Mocha 14 count Ada. I was not gonna stitch this on a 14 count Ada, because that would make it 15.3 3/4 by 15.3 of inches. No idea how many centimeters that is. Quick math. It's gonna be 40 by 40. Not gonna do that. I picked up a piece of 36 count antique ivory. I'm gonna stitch it 1 or 2 over 2, not really sure yet, because I'm gonna be stitching it with DMC, and it's just a very pale brown. And I've got more than enough fabric over here. And these colors, these are just the ones that aren't on bobbins yet. Love the colors. So autumny and gorgeous. So I've got all the flosses here. I've got my fabric here. And I'm so ready to get working on this one. It's been on the wish list, whip list, ready to get going. But yeah. And I'm just going to be starting up there and then work my way down. It kind of has a chatelaine feeling without all the beads and silks. But I saw it and I fell in love with it, and I'm so glad I get to stitch it. But this pattern is a huge pattern. It is easy to read though. So yeah, it's gonna take a little while, but very happy that I'll finally get to start it. And on a 16 count, because Caroline Manning is awesome. Oh, sorry, 18 counts. She doesn't give you the, oh, she does. It's gonna be 12¼ inch square, so times 2.54, 12 by 24. It's gonna be 30 by 30. So still, it's gonna be large enough to frame. So it's gonna be 32 by 32, something like that. Love it. And I didn't want to stitch it on Ada. I can even switch from 14 count Ada to 36 count linen. I do not mind. I have no idea how I can manage that because normally my brain goes all fuzzy when I have changes. But this is, it's gorgeous, so I'm so happy I'll get to start this one. And I might work on it a bit more than planned. And then I'm supposed to film my next Flosstube on Christmas Day. I have no idea what my Christmas plans are. Most likely I will be going to my parents for Christmas dinner. So I might, and Christmas, I'm Dutch, so we hardly celebrate Christmas Eve. Normally we would go to church on Christmas Eve, but Corona and stuff, so we're not allowed to. So most likely I'll go on a Saturday morning or afternoon, early afternoon, and I film in the morning and upload it. I hope by then my order from Casa Sanina will be here, and I will be starting my Hogsmeade pattern. I'll just will. There's no doubt in my mind that I'll be starting that. And then what else have I got coming in? Yes, the weather was horrible, so I ordered some more patterns from Marktplaats, which is the place where we Dutchies put all the stuff we don't want anymore, so all secondhand stuff. And I found someone who had multiple good designers, well-known designers, listed for extremely cheap. So I picked up 2 ink circle booklets. I think I got, let's see, I've got it written down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I believe got 12 patterns coming, including shipping for less than 28 euros. So it was a great deal because there were bent creeks in there, ink circles. There were, I believe there's a Plum Street in there as well, and a Rosewood Manor one. Yeah, so I combined them, and the lady was very excited to get rid of them since they had been listed for quite a while. And I got a Lizzie Kate coming in with the charms. So yeah, that's what I ordered, and that's what I'll be stitching someday in my ever-growing pattern stash. Oh well, no judgment, right? No judgment. So I believe this is the end of this week's Flosstube. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. If you like the video, please consider subscribing. I would be grateful for that, but I'm more grateful for you watching. The pattern isn't really fitting in the sleeve, so I'm trying to get that to go. It is going. Guys, patterns are there to be used. I do not mind if they're creased a bit. No. So yeah, that's my plans. That's my Flosstube. I'll be enjoying Max Verstappen this weekend. I'll be watching a lot of whip parades because yay, those are coming. And mine will be coming too, but it will be after next week's next Flosstube. I'll be filming my whip parade because I have got the week between Christmas and New Year's off. Yeah, so that's good. That's all good. Yes, that's it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend or day or week. Happy stitching. Bye bye.